All right. Hey, everybody. Whoa, we got a wild weekend this weekend. Got a lot of games to come. Basketball season is kicking up. We're going to start on that next week, too. Yeah, we got a lot of things happening. But right now, we got the NCAA top 25. This thing has been changing throughout the year, right? You got a lot of teams that are in now. The top 25 that were not there at the beginning. Got a lot of things, a lot of movement, a lot of shifting. And it could still shift. We still got 2 weeks left in the regular season. So, let's see where we stand right now. Right now, we've got Oregon at number 1, which I don't see that changing unless Oregon really loses badly. I mean, they're sitting on top, and they ain't going nowhere as far as I can see right now. Ohio State, number 2. Texas, number 3. Penn State, number 4. And Indiana, number 5. Now, could these change? Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time. Texas took a loss. Ohio State took a loss. Penn State took a loss. Yeah. So Indiana could easily jump them if anything happens over the next 2 weeks. And, of course, Oregon could still lose, too. But, I mean, that remains to be seen because they are doing some serious balling right now. So, number 6, Tennessee. 7, BYU. 8, Notre Dame. 9, Alabama. And 10, Ole Miss. Now, these could change as well. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen in 2 weeks' time, right? So, yeah. I think BYU is going to jump up too, though, the way they're playing right now, because they're balling as well. Yeah. I mean, you got Georgia started out at number 1. They're down to 11 now. So, yeah. 12, Miami. 13, Boise State. 14, SMU. And 15, A&M, Texas A&M. Now, I think Georgia's going to be in. I think Miami's going to be in. But I don't know if it's going to be by the skin of their teeth or not. That's the question, right? Especially Georgia, because they're 7-2 right now. They lose another one, they could be out of this thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's, same with Bama. 7-2 right now. So, yeah, it could definitely get interesting in this last couple weeks. What do we got? 16, Army. I'm still holding out hope for Army to get in, personally. And they could. I've seen some drops, some falls. They could definitely get into this thing. 17, Clemson. 18, Colorado. 19, Washington State. 20, Kansas State. Okay. I think Army definitely has a chance of getting in. Clemson, Colorado, feasible. They could jump in there. Washington State, they hadn't moved enough to really jump anything to get in, I don't think. Kansas State, same way. They hadn't jumped enough to get into anything, I don't think. 21, LSU. 22, Louisville. 23, South Carolina. 24, Mizzou. And 25, Tulane. Okay, Tulane's not going to get in. I just don't see that at all. I don't see Mizzou getting in. I don't see South Carolina getting in. LSU, I think, is done. They're 6-3. I don't see them jumping anything to get in there. Same with Louisville. So, yeah, I think it comes down to the top 20 right now to see who's going to be there. And Kansas State's going to have a tough time, too, unless something really, really drastic happens at the top. And like I said, it could. I mean, it's been a flip-flop all year long. It's been some crazy stuff. So let's see where we stand on the games this week. All right, we got Texas or Arkansas. See, that's one of those games. I mean, Arkansas has not shown a lot this year, but they have shown some flashes of, here and there some, whoa, how'd they do that, Uh, but they haven't really shown that they're in this thing, So Texas should win that. Colorado, Utah. Colorado should win that pretty handily. I'd say by 10, maybe even 14. 17, Clemson at Pittsburgh. Clemson should win that pretty handily. 25, Tulane at Navy. And Navy could win that. Navy played some good ball at the beginning of the year. I don't know what happened to them. They just kind of fell off. But Navy could definitely win that. Northwestern, Ohio State. Ohio State at Northwestern, I should say. See, that's another one of those games. Northwestern's one of them teams you never know about. Have they shown much this year? No. Granted. But they're one of those teams you really never know about. Ohio State should win that. 14. Mercer at 9, Alabama will win that, I'm sure. Unless they just go stupid, They should win that by probably 21. 22, Louisville at Stanford. Well, Louisville should win that. 10, by 10. Penn State at Purdue. See, here's another one of those games. Penn State should win that. Should win it pretty handily, I'd say by 14. Boston College at SMU, 14 SMU. SMU should easily handle Boston College by 10. Now I'm going to say a touchdown because I don't know how Boston College will go this round. Notre Dame, Virginia at Notre Dame, I should say. Notre Dame should win that. Touchdown. LSU at Florida. Now, see, this is one of those games. Now, Florida hasn't shown a lot this year, right? We all know that. But I think LSU is not really showing much right now either. They've got some work to do. So, I'm going to give it to LSU by a field goal. Here's a good one. 24, Missouri at 23, South Carolina. Missouri should win that. But, that's one of those up in the coin flip games, up in the air games. Arizona State at 20, Kansas State. Kansas State should win that. Boise State at San Jose State. Boise State at number 13. Yeah, Boise State should win that by a touchdown. Oregon at Wisconsin. Oregon should win that pretty handily. I'd say by 2 touchdowns and a few. So I'm going to say 17. Tennessee at Georgia. See, here we go. One of these games, right? Georgia should actually win that, but I'm going to take Tennessee by a touchdown. 7. New Mexico State at Texas A&M. A&M should handle that pretty easily. I'm going to say by 2 touchdowns, so 14. Washington State, New Mexico. Washington State should win that pretty handily. But I'm going to say by a touchdown. Kansas at BYU. Now, see, this is another one of those, right? Kansas is one of those teams you never really know. Not a whole lot this year, but it's one of those teams you never really know. You can't really tell until you get on the field with them and figure out how they're going to play. BYU should handle that pretty easily, though. So, let's look at the NFL and see where we're at with that. Tonight, we got the Commanders at Eagles. Eagles should win that. I'm going to say by a touchdown. Ravens at Steelers. Ravens should win that. We're halfway through the season, so yeah, Ravens should win that. I'll say by 3, because that could be a really good game. Rams at Patriots. Well, the Rams should easily handle that. The way the Patriots have played this year, Rams should easily handle that. I'm going to say by a touchdown. Colts and Jets. Well, this is a game I don't even know what to say on it, so I'm not. I don't know how that one's going to go. Jets probably, but hard to say. Raiders, Dolphins. If Tua's playing well, Dolphins are playing well. Dolphins should win that by at least a touchdown, probably a field goal as well, so by 10. Packers, Bears. Bears should handle that. Field goal. Browns at Saints. Oh, boy. Saints just got rid of their head coach, so yeah, this could be interesting. But I'm going to say Saints by 3. Vikings at Titans. Vikings by a touchdown. Jaguars at Lions. Lions should easily handle that by 14. They're playing some serious ball right now. Acting like they're already in the Super Bowl. Seahawks at Niners. Niners should actually handle that, but I don't know. That's hard to say. I'm going to give it a field goal to the Niners. Falcons, Broncos. I actually think the Broncos are going to win that by 7. Chiefs at Bills. Ooh, that's an interesting game. A very interesting game. I'm going to say the Chiefs by 3, but it ain't going to be by much, I don't think. Bengals, Chargers. I'm going to give that one to the Bengals by 3, but not by much. And then Texans, Cowboys. Texans should handle that pretty easily. Cowboys are not playing good ball at all. Texans should handle that by 10. Pretty handily. So, that's what we think this week. Yeah, you got some coaching changes, NFL, this, that. You got some things going on, injuries, this, that, and the other. So it's going to be a wild one to finish out this year and see what's happening. But it's going to be fun, too. So I will see y'all next week. Enjoy the games this weekend. Have a drink, relax, and I will see y'all later. This is Old Pops. We are out.